I was halfway down into town when I heard the helis swirling overhead, and if the helis had them, so had the dissies, and it looked too suspicious if you turn around and run for the safety of your sofa because you're caught on camera, aren't you? Not that there is any safety at home anymore, not when you've got to watch what you say. No jokes allowed. So as I was saying, I heard the heli, and that's when I saw the van parked up at the side of the slip road to the railway station. A whole load of dissies got out, and they made for the bloke standing on the corner. Well, he wasn't doing anything, not that I could see. I couldn't see his face at first, just his hair, down to his shoulders. And there's only one person around here with hair like that, and that's Pete. And one of the police got out his taser and fired at him. He arched in agony, and I bit my hand and see teeth marks. They threw him in the back of the van like a piece of meat. I had to blink a couple of times. That's why I didn't see him. The first I saw was his Kevlar vest in my face, and his visor down over his eyes and only his mouth showing. So Robocop. I hate that when you can't see their eyes, you can't tell what they're thinking. What are you doing here, he said. Well, I handed my ID card and I tell him my errand. He wasn't very interested, I could tell. I wasn't that interested myself, to tell the truth. I mean, who wants to get dog food from the organic shop? But everything's got a day now. You miss the day and the dog doesn't get food for a week, and then you're in trouble with the SSPCA. So not worth it. So when I give him my card, he puts it in his reader, and I'm getting a bit edgy because it's taking a while before it pips. And then he hands it back and he tells me to get a move on. Well, that's fair enough. That's what you expect from a dispersal order policeman. It's the next bit that creeped me out. And he said, and I quote, "You're on the list." Well, I was not happy, I can tell you. That's why I decided to go off and see Emmett. I don't know if that's his real name. Why wouldn't it be? Anyway, I go off down Ravenscraig to see him, and the gate is stiff from disuse, so only opens a crack and I have to slide in. Couldn't have done that a couple of years ago. I suppose I've got you to thank for the obesity laws, eh? Well, what did he say? Well, he was a bit distant, if you know the truth. I thought you'd be more upset. I mean, after all, he was meant to be Pete's friend. But he said Pete knew the risks. So I was getting a bit antsy because I still had to get the dog food, and I reckoned I'd still be on CCTV until I got home. So I pushed Emmett for a mission. Of course I wanted to do a mission. I feel very strongly about this. I was on the Civil Liberties March. I protested when Kirkcaldy became an alcohol-free zone, a smoke-free zone, a hoodie-free zone, and what was the next one? Well, doesn't matter. What's my mission? Well, you know that. That's why you brought me in, isn't it? Oh, for the record, it was to be a third. Emmett said it would show up the dispersal order laws for the travesty they are. So the following day, I was walking down Benechy Road. That was yesterday, wasn't it? I lost track without daylight. So I'm nearing the library when I see my couple coming up to meet me. They're all very prim, proper, dressed in black. Well, they joined me and they didn't say a word. I was a bit miffed about that because it was definitely me joining an established couple caught on film in an area where there's a dispersal order on it for people of any age. Now, I know you say it's about the prevention of terrorism, but it was originally about stopping the under 16-year-olds creating havoc in the community. Like everything else, it's been hijacked. Oh, I don't know, you say you've got Coddy under tight control, and what with the police station only being down the road, you took an awfully long time to get to us. We could have had our meeting, planted a bomb, and gone home before you'd arrived. It took a good 5 minutes before the helicopter thwacked overhead, and then the van drove up, and your lot tumbled out like logs down a hillside. Bit overkill, wasn't it? 20 officers and a heli for 3 people. Yeah, I suppose I ought to be glad you didn't shoot first. Tell me, has there been any publicity? No? That's what you get for being a third.